Hey guys, it's your girl Leah. Yes, I'm back with another episode for you. Thank you for tuning in. Be blessed. It's your girl Leah. I have a special guest, Miss LaShonda here. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
So, this is Art by Lia. What's your art?
Music is what my passion is. So anything that has to do with music, you'll pretty much find me attached to it. Live music, hip hop music, jazz music, soul music has always been a part of who I am, from my familial upbringing all the way just through everything that I find and love today.
All right. Do you have a certain genre that you gravitate towards more?
I'm a 70s baby, but an 80s kid. So I grew up loving hip hop, although I promised I tried to only be a rapper when I was 13, and it didn't last very long. So I stuck with singing. I went through a very short phase where I tried to rename myself. My friends weren't buying it, so I didn't stick with the rapping.
What was your name?
That is G15 classified.
Okay, I will pray. So what's your inspiration? Like, what got you into the art?
My grandfather actually was a musician on my mom's side, and my dad's a musician as well. So I grew up around music. My grandfather was a jazz band director, and I grew up playing orchestral flute when I was younger. And so anything and everything to do with music, but I grew up listening to the jazz greats hiding in the basement with my grandfather. So Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, all of that was the foundation of everything that I grew up with.
Do you still play the flute?
I have an office that is set up that has my old flute, but I will not pick it up because I am not nearly where I was before. So I stick to singing now because that's something that I have lost.
Okay. And how long do you say that you've been singing?
If you ask my mom before she passed, from the time I actually exited the womb was when I started. But I grew up, my grandfather was choir director in the church that I grew up in. And so at any given moment, I was on a stage, when I was very little, singing with the choir. And then by the time I moved into middle school and high school, singing with gospel choirs, always creating some new R&B group with my friends. Grew up singing in gospel choir competition choirs when I was in college. Did a lot of session music with local hip hop acts here in Milwaukee for many, many years, and now I'm a recovering artist and pretty much have been doing worship leading at my church for about 10 years.
When you say recovering artist, explain that to our viewers.
I don't know when the last time was I did a session, going into the studio anymore, but that never leaves you, right? You're always an artist from, the time it hits you. That's always who you are.
Shout out your social media so people can find you.
So the last kind of dying thing of me being a recovering artist is the fact that my social media, my IG is still tied to my old stage name. So my old stage name was L Raspberry. So ELLERAZBERRY.
L Raspberry. Is there a meaning behind that?
One of the groups I used to perform with here in the Milwaukee area many, many years ago used to get compared to Wu-Tang all the time. And anybody who knows the history of Wu-Tang knows that they had Blue Raspberry, who used to be their primary and only female vocalist. And I was really the only female vocalist that ever worked with that group. And so I very quickly always had gone by the name L, and so they deemed me L Raspberry after many an album and many a session. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Wu-Tang too. Thank you again, LaShonda.
Roses, I walked in the corner with the body screaming dollar. Never sold a bag that looked like Pablo in a photo. I already know, nigga roses.
Hey guys, it's your girl Leah, And I'm here with Sam, an art curator. She's going to tell us about her work. So, how'd you become an art curator?
I took a very circuitous path. I think like a lot of curators, you never know where you're going to end up sometimes. I think for me, I actually started working in pre-20th century curating. So I worked in a lot of museums and private art galleries and focused on 19th century art. And eventually I decided I really love collaborating with people. I love working with artists. And I started working at St. Kate a few years ago. So I started here as the executive assistant and eventually became the curator, which is always, it's like the dream job. I love it here. It's my passion. So I think what's most exciting about being the curator at St. Kate is the opportunity to work with artists like Nikolai. What we do here is really special because we look for artists who are really pushing the boundaries of their given media, their medium, and trying to kind of subvert your expectations and challenge perspectives. And he was really great to collaborate with. So, yeah,
we love Nikolai. He's awesome. Are you an artist yourself?
I would consider myself creative, maybe not an artist. I love to write. I do all the writing for our shows here, all the exhibition texts and descriptions, and I think one of my art or like one of my creative outlets is just facilitating what we do here, and just helping the artists to achieve our combined vision, make a whole kind of immersive experience for our guests.
Okay, and you don't just curate the shows, you also help with the art around the hotel as well?
Yeah, that's correct. So that we have in the public spaces of the hotel is called our Seed Collection. It's our permanent collection that we own. We purchased it before the hotel opened July 2019. We purchased all this art in the public areas for the hotel. So it's always kind of changing and growing, just like contemporary art itself. So I oversee that, care for it. I give tours of the collection every week. Most weeks, select Fridays, I give a champagne tour. So it's fun. We grab a glass of champagne from the bar. It's very social. Talk about all the art together.
So are you curating any other shows coming up?
Let's see. Well, I actually just recently had the opportunity to be one of the guest jurors, they call it, at the Trout Museum of Art. So they had a show called the Trout Museum Contemporary just this weekend, and so it was me and the director, Christina Turner, and then another local artist from Milwaukee, Matope Johnson. So we all juried this statewide kind of competitive exhibition together and chose over 100 artists to be in the show, and it's a really cool space. It's like 3 levels, it's in Appleton. 3 levels of work, and it was just a fantastic exhibition. It was exciting to hear the other jurors' perspectives, and we were kind of like challenging each other, and it was all about compromise, and I learned a ton, so it was awesome. I'm also, if I can plug one more, co-curating a show called Indiana Green with Frank Juarez. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he's amazing. He is a champion of Wisconsin artists and is expanding his scope into a few other states around our region. But he's an artist. He's an art teacher at Sheboygan High School, and he's also an art magazine publisher. So he publishes Art Dose magazine. So he looks for a physical space to host this Indiana Green show every year, and so it's a real honor to be doing that with him. Yeah.
How do you become an art curator?
Like I said, you can kind of take various paths. So I studied art history at Madison, and I went to school at University of York in Northern England, so I got a master's in art history and very specifically focused on 19th century art. But I think a lot of people also they go for museum studies. They work in art galleries, art museums. I know a lot of artists also are starting to become curators. I think that's more common, which is great. I think introducing the artists and weaving them more into the curatorial vision is really important because that's their voice that we're trying to uplift. So I think anyone that wants to become a curator, you just immerse yourself. Just be open-minded and be adaptable and be willing to just try new things. And that's how I ended up here, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So.
Booyaka. Yeah, booyaka. It's your boy Creek. Yeah, it's Carrie, you heard? Go to battlecon.com and get fresh, you did? Hey, and when you through, pull up on the block, cause we out here clean, you heard? Hey.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to tune in and make sure you visit our website, www.battlecon.com. Check out the merch. Hey, look, I got some on now. Until next time, be blessed.